She walks through the stories, escapes through the lines, where danger feels safer than real life outside. The world doesn't hear her, the world doesn't care, so she finds her own refuge in pages of air. Not the shining knights, not the golden kings, but the ones in the shadows with dangerous wings. They whisper her name in a voice like a curse, yet somehow their darkness still hurts her less. She falls for the villains, the broken, the lost, the ones with the fire, the ones with the scars. They see her, they know her, they don't look away. Reality cuts her like words left unsaid. She hides in the ink, in the tales in her head. The heroes are hollow, their promises fade, but the villains, they burn like the choices she's made. Not the noble hearts, not the perfect smiles, but the ones with the rage, with the sins and the trials. They don't play pretend, they don't turn their back. In a world full of cruelty, she loves men who lack. She falls for the villains, the broken, the lost, the ones with the fire, the ones with the scars. They see her, they know her, they don't look away. Maybe it's twisted, maybe it's wrong, but at least in their arms she feels like she belongs. They don't call her fragile, they don't let her break. Even monsters can love when there's something at stake. She falls for the villains, the damned in the dark, the ones who won't leave her with half of a heart. They fight for a name, they don't play it safe. In their ruthless devotion, she finally stays. So she walks through the stories, escapes through the lines, loving the villains and leaving behind the world that never tried.
I walk like midnight, sharpened into bone, a king of ruins, carved from blood and stone. My silence is a warning dressed in breath, a promise whispered gently like a thread. I carry mercy like a blade too dull, a fractured soul pretending to be full. And when she looks at me with fear in her veins, she feels holy, standing inches from her grave. I am hunger in a heartbeat, a shadow with a pulse, the kind of man who smiles while he watches kingdoms fall. Oh, I'm the sweetest sinner. Kiss me like a curse. Let me drag you evil into everything that hurts. Tie your fate to the dark I'll hold within. Let me break you slow, make you my sweetest. Heart me, try
amen. My hands are graves where secrets learn to sleep. My voice a darkness carved impossibly deep. I bloom destruction like a poison rose. A beautiful ending I already know. I love like fire, starving for control. A burn that bruises straight down to the soul. And still she steps closer, like a moth to flame, knowing I'll write her death in the way I say her name. I am vengeance taught to walk, a storm that never dies. But somehow in my ruin, her broken heart aligns. Oh, I'm the sweetest sinner. Kiss me like a card. Let me drag you deeper into everything that hurts. Tie your fate to the dark I hold within. Let me break you slow, make you my sweetest. Dead on me, trust me, come undone again. Sweetest sinner, your deadliest amen. Wicked hearts don't beat, they echo, and my echoes live in her. I am danger wearing devotion, and she kneels so willingly. Let the world fall into ash, let the angels turn away. If lawman hardens me, hell is where I'll stay. I'm your sweetest sinner. Wrap your shadow over mine. Follow me to the edge where heaven doesn't shine. If I'm your ruin, then ruin me right. Let your soul burn black in my arms tonight. Every sin, every scar, every breath soaked in my flame. Sweetest sinner, the darkness I die to claim. They made me a weapon, she made me human. The empire sleeps beneath my hands, built from silence, blood and sand. Every promise I ever broke still echoes through the smoke. I used to think I'd never change, a king content with guilt and chains. But her eyes, they tore right through, showed the monster what the boy once knew. In a calm, I found my war, a reason to fight and nothing more. I bleed, I feel. I bleed, I feel. For the first time, something's real. The walls I built begin to fade, haunted by the mess I made. If love's a wound that will not heal, then let it cut. I bleed, I feel. I've killed for peace, I've lied for power, but her silence blooms like a funeral flower. She sees the ruin, still stays near, and that terrifies me more than fear. I touch her skin and taste regret. A life I've lived I can't forget.
ghost that walks these crimson halls. I bleed, I feel every scar begins to heal. She's the prayer I never prayed, the mercy in the mess I made. If love is pain, I'll never kneel. Let it break me. I bleed, I feel. I was never meant for softness, never meant to be seen. But she looked straight through the blood on my hands and called me clean. I bleed, I feel. They made me a butcher, but she made me real.